Welcome to Grand Arena Exhibition Week 4. This is the final round going into Week 4, Round 1 of the exhibitions. So I do have a chance for Kyber. If I win every single match, I should promote up to Kyber. If I lose one, then I don't think I'll make it. I believe I have lost 2 matches, if I'm not mistaken, throughout this entire exhibition. So I'm not doing too bad. Again, any time that I can make it into Kyber, it'd be pretty awesome. So I don't know if I'm going to make it. If I do make it, I'm probably not going to be anywhere above 200th rank, but we'll see. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get into this. Tonight I'm against Hyeta. Hyeta looks like a pretty big whale from what I've seen looking at his roster. He's got quite a few Gear 13s. He's got a huge roster of Gear 12s. And then it just falls off very drastically, but huge roster of Gear 12s. But when we go and we look at the comparison, we can see that on Zetas, he has about 20 less Zetas than me. So while he has a lot of Gear 12 characters, the number of teams that he can field is going to be a lot lower because he just doesn't have the Zetas on all those teams. So that's a big advantage that I've got. But you can see here, if we look at Gear 11s, I do have quite a bit more than him. But Gear 12s, look at that, he's got over double my Gear 12s. So it's a much deeper roster. It's just not as good of a roster, I would say. Then there you got your Gear 12 pluses. He's pretty much wrecking me in every category, and he has 5 additional Gear 13s. And this was around the time of lock. As soon as Grand Arena locked and I saw my opponents, I came in here and I pulled all of the data so that I could be as accurate as possible. So we look at our GA stats. Offensive wins, he's fairly decent. He does not underdog as much. So that tells me that he may not be as confident on offense. But just based on his offensive wins and the fact that he's like whale status without all of the Zetas, that tells me he's actually a pretty good player. Defensive wins, he's right on par with me, so he does set a fairly decent defense. And then don't really care about those stats. If we look at the mods, he's way up on the 6-dot mods. We're about equal. He's got like 40 more plus 10 speeds, but the ones that really count are the plus 15s and 20s, of which I am well ahead of him. I do not have any 25s. I've been very unlucky in that regard, but he also does not have any, so I'll count that as a win. Over here we have the predictions that I've made. So I predicted that these are the teams I'd see on defense, and I planned my offense around those. And then I used my remaining teams to set defense. So I did set some really bad teams here in my Wigs, my Rogue One, even my Ewoks. And those numbers I'll explain in a minute if you can't figure it out in the next couple of seconds here. So I can tell you that this team, his bounty hunters, or sorry, not his bounty hunters, his Nightsisters, he did set on defense. However, in his front row, he did not set any of these other teams. So I was definitely wrong on teams that he would have set, seeing as how he set 3 teams that weren't on this list. Usually my predictions are more on, but this time around I guess he just probably saved his better teams for offense. We go over and we now can take a look at the board, and this is where those numbers will make sense that I had next to my teams. He did clear me pretty much as soon as the Grand Arena opened, but I was sitting here and I was able to watch as he cleared it. So I was not able to catch the initial clears. He cleared these two teams, and I did not actually see it. But he also cleared one team in the top zone, which was my Darth Revan. He cleared that one in one shot, and that's when I saw the score for the initial time and caught him actually doing the attacks. So with those three teams cleared, he had an average of 58 banners. So between Nightsisters, Bounty Hunters, and Revan, he had 58 banners. Then I saw him fail on my Grievous and had to take a second attack in, but I did not catch the number of banners on that team. But through deduction, I found out he had 31. Now then he went in, he cleared a team down here, and then he went and cleared a team in the north, and a team back down here, and then up north again. But he got 57 banners against the Ewoks. He got 61 banners against the Carth, so he did do an undermanned squad there. And then up here, he had 57 banners against my Rogue One team, and 60 banners against my Rebels. I do have a bit of wiggle room. He was not super efficient. And he did have the fail against my Grievous team. And because he was able to clear my Darth Revan team in one shot, I have to assume that he saved his Darth Revan for offense. That is the most likely scenario, because other teams that would counter it would be, of course, Padme, Jedi Knight Revan, or maybe a Grievous Suicide Squad. So he does have a Grievous Suicide Squad on his in his arena right now, so he does have that capability. But whether or not he actually use that, I don't think so, because he got, like I said, an average of 58 banners total between my those three front teams, including the Darth Revan. So with 58 banners average, you would not get that with the Grievous Suicide Squad. It would be way less than 58. And I don't picture him doing like super high banners against like 62, 63 banners. I don't picture that against these teams down here. So I could definitely picture like 60 banners against the Bounty Hunters, maybe like 58, 59 against the Nightsisters, and that would leave like probably 55, maybe 54, something like that against the Darth Revan team, and that would make sense. But here we can see his defenses, and I've kind of got an idea of what I'm gonna do. He has his Geonosians with a Gear 13 Brood Alpha, but no Zeta. He's got his Padme team, Gear 13 Padme, Gear 13 Kenobi with a Barriss, no Zeta. But otherwise a fully Zetaed Padme team. And then he's got up here his Jedi Revan team, no Zeta on Bastila, but that's leadership, so it doesn't matter. And then he's got Nightsisters with Nest. I have an idea of what I'm going to be using against these teams. I do want to check his speed on Nest, because I have not done that yet. It does look to be fast, so 242. Not much offense and no tenacity, but the tenacity is not really going to matter given what I'm thinking of doing against that team. So I will need to check some things before I actually battle that one, but I'm going to start down here against his Geonosians and his Padme. His Padme team, I am going to be using my probably my Emperor Palpatine with Thrawn. Hate to use my Thrawn on that team, but I don't really believe that I'm gonna have a choice. I think I have to use Thrawn. If I don't use Thrawn with the Emperor Palpatine team, then I'm probably gonna lose it. But my Vader also needs to go first. I do need to check his speeds. So he's at 285. That's going to be way faster than my Vader, which kind of throws things off. So the other option for me would be to use CLS. CLS can beat a Padme team, but it's not great. The other option would be CLS versus the Brood Alpha team, and then I could use my Traya against the Padme team. I don't picture him having saved his Darth Revan for defense, as I mentioned a little earlier. So the teams that I was saving for my Darth Revan counter, I should be free to use elsewhere. And those teams were basically Jedi Knight Revan and CLS. So Jedi Knight Revan I'm probably going to mirror against his Jedi Revan, but that leaves CLS free for something else. I would like to use my Traya against the Brood Alpha team, but I really believe that the Traya would be better served against the Padme team because that Padme team is fast. That's that's kind of a hard decision. I could do, like I said, I could do CLS. I really don't know how well the CLS team will work against this particular lineup. But I also don't know how well CLS is going to work against the Brood Alpha team. If I can keep the Brood Alpha stunned, which shouldn't be too much of a problem. I've got a lot of control with the CLS team. I don't think it'll be that difficult. I think that is what I'm going to do. We're going to go ahead and we're going to bring CLS here against his Brood Alpha team. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take advantage of these squads that I just created. However, I do need to save some droids for my Jedi Ray team. So rather than do R2 in this team, I'm going to swap him out. I kind of want to throw old Ben in there. The ability blocks that he can send out, I can get those onto, say, Poggle and Brood Alpha to prevent the cleanses. It could be very helpful. Otherwise, I'd be using Ezra. But Ezra could be a great fifth in the Jedi team, so I think I am going to use old Ben here. We're going to give this a go. I should have the DPS to take him down. I don't know how well the banners are going to be. But we're going to start out with a stun on Brood Alpha. And we're going to go from there. Try to control probably Poggle and Brood Alpha just to prevent all of the cleanses. And there. We're gonna just focus on actually I want to focus really on the Brood Alpha, but the damage that I do is not gonna really matter. It's just keeping the characters controlled. He had the most turn meter, that's why I swapped over to him. I'm gonna try to put a stun onto Sunfac. Or yeah, I'm gonna try to put a stun onto Sunfac so he doesn't taunt. I can keep working on the Poggle. Okay, we're gonna remove some turn meter over from Soldier. He's about to take a turn. There we go. We'll remove turn meter again. Alright, so that's the end of that. That's gonna be a nice, easy 60 banners. Here. I'm gonna call the assist here to get a little bit of healing from Chewie there. 60 banners. Pretty easy against that Brood Alpha team. Might have been overkill, but better safe than sorry, considering I have to face off against this Padme team. So here for Padme, We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use our Darth Traya squad. And we're gonna find some people to throw in there. I like Dooku, but I don't necessarily like Dooku against Padme. But I think I'm gonna end up doing that anyways, just because Dooku does have great synergy with Sith for one, and also against Galactic Republic. And I'm not gonna be using Maul anywhere else, so Maul's probably gonna be my other character. He does extra damage against Jedi, so that's gonna help. But it's mainly they're gonna be taking focus away from the other three. This is not gonna be a great banner fight. So this is like the one that, like, if I end up 55 banners or less, then that's gonna be expected. But oh, was I gonna do Thrawn here? No, I was not gonna do Thrawn. Okay. Thrawn is a good option to use in this team. Oh, there goes Dooku pretty much. So we're gonna remove those buffs there. Move buffs all over the place. We're gonna not isolate Padme, unfortunately. Toss this over here. Alright, we're gonna throw out the days. That's gonna heal up Dooku. They heal. And now is when it gets kind of dangerous. But it should be alright. I'm gonna throw a stun onto Anakin. And we're gonna do some removal of some stacks. I'm gonna do the removal of stacks on Barriss instead of doing the drain life. Focus on Anakin. Hopefully kill him off. I can kill. Oh, that sucks. Alright. We'll go ahead and wheel Mukashi. Good drain. Gonna help some. I have to focus down and kill Anakin. If I kill anyone else, it's gonna be bad. I'm taking a beating from all of that crazy stuff. Got our Held by Hatred, and this should kill off him. I could have done the AoE, but I was playing it safe. I'm going to take off a little bit of the stacks of protection on her. Knew she was about to go. We're going to go for some shock and stun. And took a lot of damage on Nihilus again, but we're going to attack the debuffed. Okay, so I was expecting that. Nothing I could really do about it, but here we can annihilate her. And now the rest of this battle is going to be a piece of cake, because they get no more of the what's it called, the protection up. We'll just work on this slowly. I do still get some protection up. But the majority of it, at the very least, is down. If I can finish with full protection on Scion and full health on everyone else, I will count that as a victory. For stuns, trying to kill off Ahsoka there. There she goes. All right. The rest of this should be pretty easy. I don't know why I did that. We're actually gonna do the cooldown reduction on Scion. I can move back around to his protection recovery move. I'm going to be killing off Kenobi, and I'm going to be annihilating Barriss. So we're concentrating all of our damage over on Kenobi. There's the annihilate, and I need to make sure I'm paying attention to the time. Alright, less than a minute here. It'd be nice if I could get some more stuns. There we go. Alright, so we're good. It's gonna be like 55 banners, 54 banners. So that is okay. I would have liked to got more banners, but I just couldn't really risk a different team against that Padme. In the back here, we have now crew and first order team under Jin. So first order I was expecting, but I was not necessarily expecting the Jin. His speeds, he's got a 209 on the crew, he's got 235 on first order officer, but not super fast. And I was not expecting his Rogue One. I did mark down that he had Rogue One, but I was thinking he was going to save it for offense for some reason. Place better teams on defense. Okay, but he only has the Zeta on crew, and it's only on his leadership. The characters are not super fast. I don't think they're slow enough that I can trooper them, but my JTR will probably be able to take them out. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Over here, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna try to take out this Nightsister team next with Nest. But I do need to check speeds on someone. He does not have the Zeta on Nest. Not really a surprise. So that was 242 speed there. Let me go ahead and mark this down. I'm gonna mark actual speeds and not. You missed 2 fights, Reluctant Goat. 2 fights. So 175 plus 30 is 205. I'll go over them in just a second. Let me just finish writing down these teams, or these speeds. 7,000. That's 251. Pretty fast, actually. And his zombie, I don't really care about the speed, it's about the hit points on him. Low, and not modded extremely well. At 248 on my GBA. Which is faster than his Nest. Fun fact is 206. Poggle, I really need to know the speed on Poggle. 224. Okay, that'll be perfect. So my Brood Alpha will go first, which will dispel the taunt off of Zombie. Then Nest is gonna go. Oh, sorry. So Daka's gonna go first, actually. Daka's gonna go first. Then my Brood Alpha, which can dispel the taunt off of Zombie. Then Nest is gonna go, and then my Poggle is gonna go and clear all the days that Nest does. I've got this written down right. Alright, so Reluctant Goat, what you missed was down here in the south section. I went ahead and cleared his Geonosian team with 60 banners using CLS. Not the team I would have preferred to use, but I had to use my Padme against this, or sorry, I had to use my Traya against the Padme team. The Traya only got 54 banners, which I was expecting a low banner count. I did the Triumvirate, and then I threw in as my fourth and fifth, I had Dooku and Maul, and Maul died about midway through. Ion finished full protection, so 54 banners. It wasn't the best, but I got through the team, and that's what really matters at this point. Alright, so here we're going to go ahead and we're going to go after this Nightsister team. We're going to use my Geonosians, and I should be able to take care of this, hopefully. The only thing that could really go wrong is if Daka on her first move stuns Poggle. If Daka stuns Poggle, then things could go south very quickly. But we're gonna see what happens. Okay, so Daka goes, and now I can go ahead and I can start focusing down on these guys. We're gonna go after Daka first, and that's fine. Maybe I can get an ability block on the nest. That's actually huge. If I can get an ability block on like everyone, that'd be awesome. Just over here. Save my cleanse. I'm gonna blind her. We will continue. Well, here I'm gonna work on Asajj a little bit. Alright, all good. Now that plague has gone off, I need to get it over to the Brood Alpha again, who just got stunned. That's unfortunate. That was the second death. Aunt. Do a huge hit here on Enfys, and we can go ahead and finish Daka off. Alright, now I'm just waiting to get over to Brood Alpha. Once I get over to Brood Alpha, then I'll be able to get a heal. Cleanse. Do not want actually to kill her just yet. Now I can kill her. So everyone's full protection except for the Brute, and the Brute doesn't matter. So kill everyone. This should be a nice easy 60 banners. That's why I love Geonosians on offense. 60 banners, and now we've got Jedi Knight Revan. So we're gonna kill off their Jedi Knight Revan. We're gonna mirror match it, as much as I would rather not mirror match against Jedi Knight Revan. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna Jedi Knight Revan it. I was thinking about doing my Padme because I just saw her in the list, but I'm not gonna do that. Okay, we're gonna save our Thrawn. I don't need him in this match. We're gonna go with another Jedi, probably Ezra. I won't be using Ezra anywhere else. I already used my CLS team. So this is what we'll do. I'm gonna save my Hoda for like a Wampa or Nest team. And we'll go with this. I should be able to take him out without too much difficulty. Because I'm not expecting to see his Darth Revan. If I was expecting to see his Darth Revan, then I would save my Jedi Knight Revan. I'm like 95% sure that he has used his Darth Revan. I think I was saying Jedi Revan. I'm 90% sure he has used his Darth Revan on offense, so I'm safe to use my counter that I would normally save. Here we're just gonna finish off his Yoda real quick. I go ahead and get rid of all that foresight, spread all my buffs. And let's go ahead and get some damage in on Jolie Bindo. Rid of some turn meter. Oh, he's got that. Gonna work. I'm smirked. Okay, let's go ahead and swap with Ezra. He's got the most turn meter. Okay. Try to finish off their Jolie as quick as we can here. I'm actually gonna throw this onto Jolie, give him some more protection back. I can tell that stun stuff. Alright, we'll steal all those buffs from their Yoda, and we're continuing to work here on their Jolie. Go, Jolie's down. Now I need more TM on, or not TM, I need more protection back on my, what's his face? I actually want to attack the person that has foresight. Trying to save as much, just kind of try to waste as much damage as I can, rather. I kill her no matter what, so we'll just do that. I'm gonna swap turn meter over to him, and he can. His assist move wasn't up. Aim. Oh man, we're losing so much protection right now. Attack the foresight. Going to be attacking his Hermit Yoda. That protection back up. I'm attacking the Hermit Yoda, of course, because I'm trying to regen as much protection as I can. Okay, so I've got a good bit of protection up. Not quite full on Jolie. I'm full on everyone else. I'll call Jolie. Call Jolie some more. I don't think it matters who I call. I'm gonna end up killing. No matter what I do, I'm gonna end up killing him, so don't matter. 59 banners is not horrible. And now we get to see what's in back. I'm expecting a Grievous. No Grievous. Alright. We got Carth and we got Ewoks. So it's a full Carth team, only Zeta on T3. T3 gives like defense penetration, but I don't know if it's for each debuff on the enemy team. Okay, defense penetration. Target lock. Dispel all buffs. Okay, that only heals droids. Okay. That's all fine. Not too worried about that. So we've got Carth, we've got Jin, we've got Ewoks, and First Order. Ewoks I was expecting to see on defense, but none of these other teams. So I predicted 3 out of 5, or 3 out of 8. So I did not do very good on my predictions, but the teams that he left were much easier than the teams that I was suspecting, so I've actually got better teams to use on my offense. I'm marking down the teams I've already used here. So I've still got Jedi Rey, I've got Padme, I've got my Kira Nest, Rex Wampa, Palpatine, and Troopers. Troopers would probably be best here against these Ewoks, provided that they're not faster than my Stark. So we're gonna take a look at his speeds here. Only 160, that's very slow compared to my Stark. Poplu is the really important one. He's super slow. Very surprising. Poplu should be the fastest on this team. 149, what? What? 192. Fairly fast on the Elder, but nothing. Alright, so my troopers can definitely take these guys out. Probably go either after Wicket or after Elder first. Alright, so he's got 70,000 on Wicket. And a little over 70 on Elder. What is Log Ray? Mm, 62. Okay. Sherpa? I can do 60,000 damage fairly easily, so I can probably do 70,000 pretty easily too with my troopers. So we'll be taking my troopers here, and this should be a 60 banner win. Troopers have this team saved as well. Okay, better to do that. I guess this is what I'm used to doing. Alright, so troopers, here we go. Right, let's find. We'll do Wicket. So some cooldown increases. This should kill off Wicket here, and now we have free reign. Posting up some Ewoks, man. Yes, they certainly are, Reluctant Goat. They certainly are. Troopers have been used. Mark that team is done. Now we've got this Carth team. We got First Order and Jin. Question is, which team is more threatening? I think I'm going to be taking Padme. I'm thinking about taking Padme here against his First Order team, and I can use my JTR against the Carth team. The only reason that I don't really want to use Padme against the Carth team is because they have T3 who can dispel all the buffs. And T3 is fairly fast. My Padme team is modded slowly as well. Yeah, let's do this. We will go JTR against this team. It shouldn't be too difficult. No mission, no Zalbar. Take my... I hate using Resistance Trooper usually, but I am going to use him on this match because he has the Dispel on his special. And that's probably going to be pretty helpful because of Zalbar and his taunting. Usually I would take Scavenger Ray instead because she seems to be a little bit more survivable with her ability to have foresight. But I should be okay. I can use R2 to hide Trooper. Actually, that's not going to really work because until I get T3 down. This should be alright. Not too scared about the mods. My JTR is not modded the best, but she's certainly not a slouch. We start off, a lot of people start with the smoke screen. I start out with the burning to try to get exposes on the enemy. Unfortunately, I did not get any, but alright. We're gonna ability block on T3, and we're gonna go after Andrus. We're gonna try to put up some exposes everywhere so that I can get turn meter reduction. Okay, I'm gonna try to get a stun over on Juhani. I don't want her to cleanse. Unfortunately, didn't land. But now we have exposes on almost everyone. The only one missing exposes here is T3. I'm trying to get an expose on her. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to pop a stun on the Carth because he's about to take a turn and he's got that AoE. Alright, so there's my expose. So everyone's exposed, so everyone's losing turn meter when I do specials. That's fine. Try to get this stun again on Juhani. Still missed the stun. She's about to cleanse everything, which not very nice. We're gonna just hit her with damage. Okay, here, perfect. We remove her turn meter, we ability block her. No more threat of getting we're gonna stealth, we're gonna put the smoke screen onto Ray. I'm gonna go for the stun. Prevent him from counterattacking. There's the dispel. Alright, let's we'll go ahead and we're gonna use the taunt. Gonna regen protection, regen health, dispel everything. And here we can go ahead and try to stun Juhani again. There we go. Try to stun Carth. Name of the game is control. Everyone is controlled. I have no issues whatsoever here with ending up with 60 banners, as I can just constantly control everyone. AoE here, just gonna pop the taunt on the Zalbar again. Taunt goes away. There he goes. Bam. So just basic 60 banners. Alright. That was nice and easy. So now we have two teams left. First Order and Jin. So we get a 2-for-1 here. I can use my Padme team to clear this First Order team. And in doing so, I will complete a feat. Speaking of feats, let me go back and just see if there's any undersized feat. I don't know if there is this time around. No. Okay, so there's no feat clearing, or no undersized feats. We're not going to worry about doing anything undersized. We're just going to go for sure wins. and why I'm choosing these characters manually again. Alright, so here actually I can use Thrawn because I'm not planning on using Thrawn on the other team. I'm wondering if this would be good. No. I think I'm going to use Hoda instead. Use Hoda, or should I just go for Barris? I'm just trying to think of any way that I can recover protection. I kind of want Hoda for the other team. Okay, we'll just go ahead and we'll use Barris. Go for the, or should I go? No, I'm gonna do, that's right, I need to do the full Galactic Republic team. I don't know what I'm thinking. If I don't do a full Galactic Republic team, I'm not gonna get the feat, so forget everything I was just talking about, because it does not apply. Alright, so we're gonna start off actually going after the Executioner, since their other guy just took a move. Go mass assist, that should maybe kill him off. Nope, not quite. But we can cleanse that stun, that's gonna clear the taunt, and this will kill off the Executioner before he even takes a turn. Clear that taunt. Now we can clear all of the buffs, and it's gonna do massive damage. I don't want to do it on the Stormtrooper because I want to try to get rid of the counter-attackers. Okay. We're going to get rid of, or stun the person that can do the AoE damage. Taunt. Not enough. Alright, so he's down. Now it is just 2 Kylos. And this should go nice and easy. We're spreading the buff immunity and heal immunity stuff. Big hit here, dodge, of course. We'll get the offense up, spread around. Mass assist. Fine. And there we go. 58 banners. Alright, so all that's left now is the Rogue One team. I never looked at their mods. I'm kind of curious since they have such crazy Zetas. Maybe they have good mods on these guys. Doesn't look like they've got very good mods on Jin. A lot of potency here, which does make sense, but he's never going to take a turn if he's so slow. A lot of tenacity on Current. Phase is slow and tanky. A2. A lot of tenacity mods. Tanky, not fast. Alright, so this is definitely gonna be the kind of the rando team. Where we are gonna use Kira and Nest. I actually have a team of this sort saved. Alright, so Kira, Nest, Hoda rather. We'll use Wampa, and we'll use Thrawn. So Thrawn and Hoda can give protection recovery. Even don't even really need Kira, honestly. But there's really not going to be a much better leader than that. Just looking to see if there could be anything else, and I don't really see anything. There's Rex, but we're gonna do this kind of the random team. But we got a lot of protection recovery, so we should end up hopefully 60 banners. We got a lot of DPS, and the only squishy one is gonna be Kira. So as long as we can keep Kira alive, we shouldn't be in too much trouble. Alright, so we're gonna call Nest first, get rid of the taunt. We're going to throw a Fracture A2 because I don't want him to be using his or I don't want him to be getting his taunt, rather. We're gonna focus down on get rid of the res. Go we'll stun on Cassian. Okay. Everyone's fairly decent on protection, so I'm gonna save the big protection heal. Finish off Cassian here pretty soon, hopefully. Go. Now we'll do the big protection heal. We're going to go ahead and swap to this guy. We can actually get a stun on the base because he is exposed. And now we don't have to worry about counterattacks, as we can attack the stun person. Do a daze AoE. Now we really don't have to worry about any kind of protection recovery. Counterattacks, rather. Doing slow DPS because I'm trying to get the protection back once again on what's his face there? Thrawn. A little bit more protection on Thrawn and I'll be good. So we're just doing slow damage. Be fine. This turn meter swap, max protection, and there we go. 60 banners. Bam. Full clear. Very high average. Should be somewhere around like 1920. Not 1920, maybe 1915. 1911. Alright. So there you go. My opponent went fairly light on defense. Well, I mean his front zones were heavy. He definitely had some heavy characters in his front zone, but not near heavy enough. If he had placed his Darth Revan on defense, it would have been a lot more difficult for me to get through. But I mean, you save your Darth Revan for offense, and you're just crippling yourself. Honestly, if you're not placing Darth Revan on defense, you're making a big mistake at this level. And if you don't have counters other than Darth Revan or Darth Revan, then once again you're really crippling yourself. So you need to be practicing your counters. You need to make sure that you're that you have like a Padme team, or if you can't do it with Padme, save a second team, Padme and CLS, or Jedi Knight Revan with Thrawn and CLS, or Jedi Knight Revan and Thrawn and Padme. You need to have 2 counters saved for Darth Revan because it's just a crazy meta. Can't beat him 100% no matter what you do. Even even mirror matching Darth Revens, there's definitely a good chance that you can lose. So you definitely need to be, practicing your counters, make sure that you have some saved, and put your Darth Revan on defense, because that can really stump people. Now he did not stumble on my Darth Revan, but he did not save his Grievous for defense either. Grievous is an amazing defensive squad, especially if you got gear 13 on Grievous. You can throw Nuke Gunray with Zeta in there, or you can throw Droideka in there, it doesn't really matter, but gear 13 Grievous on defense is really difficult for a lot of people to beat now. I do have a great counter for it in running a Bastila lead with Jedi. And if he had placed his Darth Revan or his General Grievous even in back behind his Jedi Revan, that would have given me a lot of pause. I mean, I would have had my Padme, and Padme can also counter Grievous, but it's not near as efficient, and it can easily lose. But you need to be placing better teams than just your Nightsisters and Thrawn, and your Geos and Padme. There are easy counters for these teams, and yeah, you use the same counter for both of these two teams. But what you leave in back here can be, they're also not really countered by those teams. If he had placed one more really good team on defense, it would have been much harder for me to get through. I did save enough teams though that I was able to break through, and I didn't have too much difficulty. I had teams left over. I had my Emperor Palpatine. I had my just my Emperor Palpatine is what I had left. And I could have thrown Thrawn in there. I didn't have to use Thrawn with the Pure Nest Wampa team, and I could have gone undermanned probably on a couple of these squads if I wanted to. Jedi Ray, I don't think I needed the full 5-man to beat him. Would have been much more difficult. I don't think I needed the full Padme team, but I did need that for the feat, so that's why I used a full Padme team. I didn't need the full team for the Jin team, but it's just trying to maximize my banners, even though I don't have, well, it was a mix between maximizing my banners and guaranteeing the win. I could have gone undersized with JTR up here, but if I had gone undersized with JTR, if I had lost, that would have made this so much closer. It's just much better to be safe when you know you have a defensive hold. Much easier, much safer to just play it safe. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed Grand Arena tonight. We'll be going back for round 2, and we are still on our way to Kyber. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and have a great night. If you like it, please, like the video, subscribe, etc. And there will be more Grand Arena videos to follow.